Hi, I am Sagam Ragvi from Vignan Institute of Law, and today we have the chief guest, Srimati M. Babita, Member Secretary, AP State Legal Service Authority. On the eve of National Legal Services Day, celebrated on 9th November, we, Vignan University, have collaborated with Legal Service Authority of Andhra Pradesh and started the initiation of Legal Aid Podcast to make reach of free legal aid services to the needy. So, ma'am, according to you, what is the importance of National Legal Service Day?
Namaste to all. Prior to knowing about National Legal Services Day, we have to know that in the year 1995 on November 9th, uh, the Legal Services Authority Act 1987 came into force, because of which we are celebrating this National Legal Services Day on 9th November every year.
Ma'am, there is a misrumor in the society that only the rich will get the aid of advocates and a poor cannot. What do you say about this, ma'am?
The purpose of Legal Services Authority Act 1987 is to provide legal aid to the marginalized society and to provide free and competent legal aid.
Ma'am, what is the role of National Legal Service Authority and State Legal Service Authority in providing legal aids?
National Legal Service Authority, being the apex body in providing legal services in the entire country, provides legal aid, legal assistance through the different institutions like State Legal Services Authority, District Legal Services Authority, and at Mandal level Taluk Legal Services Committee, and it provides legal aid, legal assistance, and also legal services by appraising about the different enactments in the nook and corner of the entire country.
How does legal aid help in ensuring the access to justice for marginalized communities?
Legal aid helps the marginal communities to file their case or defend their case, and as and when required in different forums like courts, tribunals, and also at Honorable High Court and Supreme Court level also.
Ma'am, what type of legal services are covered under the free legal aid schemes?
That is by way of legal assistance, that is legal representation in courts, like defending and also filing of cases, and also for preparation of the case file, and also incurring incidental expenditure.
Ma'am, can an individual avail legal aids for both civil and criminal cases?
Yes, individual can avail legal aid for both civil and criminal cases.
Ma'am, what are the limitations of legal aid system in India?
As on now, there are no limitations, as we already crossed the barriers. Since 4 decades, the Legal Services Authority Act is in force, and also the legal services institutions.
Ma'am, how is legal aid funded in India?
The legal aid institutions will get fund from the state government as well as from the central government by way of grants.
Ma'am, how does the judiciary ensures the implementation of legal aid services?
The legal services institutions work under the administrative control of Honorable High Court, and at the district level, the principal district judge is the chairperson of the District Legal Services Authority, and the senior most district judge or the judicial officer in the Mandal level is the chairperson.
Ma'am, what do you think the role of schools and the colleges in promoting the legal aid?
There is a pivotal role by the law schools or the universities and law colleges with regard to providing legal aid and also propagating of legal services done by the different legal services institutions in the state. There are different legal aid clubs as well as legal aid clinics which promote and impart a legal literacy.
Ma'am, how do legal aid clinic functions and at district level?
Legal aid clinics were established in different departments and schools, colleges, and especially in prisons also. The paralegal volunteers and panel lawyers are the main workforce even at prisons. The panel lawyers will assist in drafting and also filing of the cases and defending of cases of the prisoners as well as convicts.
Ma'am, what remedies are available if legal aid is denied to a deserving person?
Generally, the deserving persons or the persons who come under the category of Section 12 of Legal Services Authority will never be denied of the legal services or the legal assistance at any level. But still, if Mandal Legal Services Committee denies legal services, the needy can approach the District Legal Services Authority or State Legal Services Authority, or at national level, National Legal Services Authority.
Ma'am, how does legal aid contribute to reduce the backlogs of cases in courts?
Generally, after a prolonged procedure of the regular court, the cases are disposed of. But in view of the Lok Adalats being done every quarter, per year 4 Lok Adalats are being conducted as per the directions of the Honorable National Legal Services Authority, which reduces the burden of the heavy pending cases in the regular courts.
Ma'am, according to you, what role does legal aid play in criminal justice reform?
Panel advocates will represent and defend the cases of the needy, and recently National Legal Services Authority has formulated a Legal Aid Defense Council scheme in which free and competent advocates are coming forward and they are arguing the case and representing the case, and the said advocates will not do any private cases on their own, and they are specifically dedicated to Legal Aid Defense Council scheme, and they are paid good honorarium also for defending the cases.
Ma'am, how does legal aid contribute to the protection of human rights?
The legal aid is provided to marginalized community especially, and also to the persons in custody, prisoners or convicts, and also the mentally ill persons, and by creating awareness about their rights.
Ma'am, how does the legal aid system addresses cases of police misconduct or abuse of powers?
In order to overcome the abuse or overpowering of the police, the victims are provided with legal assistance by free and competent legal aid councils.
Ma'am, what is the process for applying legal aid in India?
An application can be forwarded to District Legal Services Authority or State Legal Services Authority, and also National Legal Services Authority for legal assistance in defending or filing of their case by the individual, and at the same time pre-litigation cases also can be filed prior to filing before the honorable courts, and disputes can be resolved. If the disputes were not sought out at pre-litigation cases, then on a direction by the concerned legal services institution, a regular case can be filed before the appropriate forum, and at the same time there is a toll-free number 15100 which can be utilized and can be made out through which their problems will be resolved.
Ma'am, how do legal aid advocates differ from private advocates in their responsibilities and obligations?
The panel lawyers will do both civil and criminal cases in the mofusils, and in the headquarters the panel lawyers will do civil cases, and the legal aid defense councils will do criminal cases without taking any fee from the individual, and the said honorarium will be substituted by the concerned legal services institutions to the panel lawyer or the legal aid defense councils.
Ma'am, what is the role of paralegal volunteers in promoting legal aid and access to justice?
Paralegal volunteers are the main force of the different legal services institutions. Mainly they create awareness among the masses about the different enactments, and at the same time they approach different governments for providing the benefits of the schemes to the marginalized societies, and also they participate in all the legal services activities to reach the needy.
Ma'am, what do you suggest to the needy to avail the legal aid services?
The main purpose of the different legal services institutions and also the enactment of Legal Services Authority Act is to provide legal aid to the marginalized community, especially the free and competent legal aid at different levels, and also at different forums like tribunals, courts, and also at the authority levels to represent their cases or their grievances. And especially no person shall be deprived of being provided with legal aid only on the basis of financial disability or any other disability.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing the inputs to us and giving your valuable time to us. I hope this podcast information will help the needy to avail the legal services provided by the State Legal Service Authority, District Legal Service Authority, and Mandal Legal Service Committee. Thank you.